Superman, um, 2025 James Gunn version. There's so many of these movies now, and that's the thing. It's been a few days since I saw it. I think about it, and the more I think about it, the more I love it. Now I know of others out there, the more they think about it, the more they hate it. And I think part of the problem is that people are upset it broke a main portion of the lore. And this is spoiler territory, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, come back after you've seen the movie, see if you agree with me or not. So spoilers in 3, 2, and 1. So Jor-El basically tells Kal-El, hey, when you get to Earth, take it over and repopulate with Kryptonian seed. And it turns public opinion against Superman because Lex Luthor uses this message to hurt Superman, and I think it's a great idea because why I think it works is one, structure-wise, this film for me is the best of all the Superman incarnations. Reason being, we get Superman in the middle of everything. We don't have to get introduced to him. It's not an origin story where we get to know him. We already see that the Earth knows him, and at the same time, he makes this discovery about himself or his past, and he is now kind of at crossroads in a sense because he loves Lois Lane, and they're in a relationship kind of 3 months in, and they're still trying to figure their deal out. And as a man, as a hero, he's trying to become an individual himself. And through this discovery, he comes to basically appreciate who he is as a person. And battling Lex Luthor, he points out, hey, I have the genetics of a Kryptonian, but I'm as human as you are. Yes, I have these superpowers, but I have the same struggles you do, man. And I love that. And to me, that's, I think, what Man of Steel was trying to do, except it kind of had the God complex that Superman had, and Christ-like figure that they point him out, or they make him out to be in that film. And then the Richard Donner Superman, 1978, same thing. He's a god that's basically on Earth to save us from ourselves. Whereas this film, he's just a guy, and he's a nerd, and he has respect for all sorts of life. Like, there's already a great meme out there about him saving a squirrel. And this meme kind of harkens back to a part in Man of Steel that a lot of people had a problem with. It's a funny meme. I always crack up when I look at it. And I think it, and then also he rescues Krypto, and Krypto rescues him a couple of times. And I love that aspect of the story. I love that Lois Lane is like, it's just a dog. And he's like, I know. But he's scared. And he has his own close to John Wick moment. But I love it. And he doesn't kill Luthor. He's like, hey, man. And it just, I love the film. I love this incarnation of Superman because he has his own agency. And yes, the Kents in it are kind of almost stereotypical country bumpkin types. They're not the attractive couple like Kevin Costner, Diane Lane, or John Schneider, and now Tool and Smallville. And I think that's on purpose. They are a little annoying. And again, I think it's to show that Kal-El accepts them. And he loves them for who they are. And they taught him to be a decent human being. And that's why I think it works. You know, people out there are like, oh, Superman, the first one is such a classic. It's perfect. And I'm like, this is my opinion. It's not a perfect film for me. And I'm a fan. I own this. I watch it, but I turn it off basically after the Superman Lois date where they're in the clouds and she's like, can you read my mind? Like Superman has telepathy all of a sudden. And then the third act with Luthor where, okay, you sell him as a man that's willing to kill millions. He watches a cop get killed earlier in the film, but yet he's not going to watch Superman die. He's going to leave him in this pool, leave him alone, and then watch the missiles. It's like that third act also where Luthor explains to Superman's whole plan, right straight out of a Bond movie, where the Bond villain would always point out to Bond how he was going to devastate the world. And the reason that is because Superman was rewritten by Tom Mankiewicz, who's a creative consultant on the movie, but he really rewrote the script. And he wrote Live and Let Die and The Man with the Golden Gun. Man of Steel, I love that movie, but there are definite problems. And that's why for me, this Superman is the best incarnation, because even if there aren't any more sequels to this film, it basically satisfies and ties up all the loose threads. He and Lois have their conflict at the beginning. They get together. He has his own internal conflict. He resolves it. It's a full circle, whereas the first Superman, there's not really a resolve because they're making a second one at the same time. And Man of Steel, kind of just getting to know him, and then the movie ends. So, for me, this I'm gonna see it again, and maybe I'll change my mind. But so far, letting it marinate in my head, I love this film, and I also love that Warner Brothers is working with a dog sanctuary, Best Friends Society, to try and get people to adopt dogs. I think that's awesome. I love that. And I adopted this young lady, of course, and it was the best decision of my life. Anyone that's maybe watching this and looking to adopt a dog, just remember there's a lot of responsibility involved, and it's not always easy, and it does definitely affect your life. But at the end of the day, it's awesome. She's awesome, and it's an awesome thing it can do. The other Superman films, like from the Christopher Reeve era, again, I thought he was a great Superman for those films. Superman 3 was awful, although now, today, it influenced a great meme out there. And then also Nightmare Fuel, if you've seen that film. And then the Henry Cavill ones, it's too bad he didn't really complete his story. Yet at the same time, I still liked his movies, and I thought Justice League, the Zack Snyder version, was pretty awesome. But yeah, I encourage you to go see Superman, the James Gunn version, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. If not, and you love the Christopher Reeve and Zack Snyder versions of Superman, those are out there still, so you always will have them. But I hope hope you see the film. If you do, enjoy, and thank you for listening.